Connor Zilisch has completed his first ever oval Xfinity start at Kansas Speedway and finishes in a respectful 4th place. What's going on, guys? It's Daniel, and welcome back to our video. As I just said a second ago, Connor Zilisch has completed his first ever oval start in the NASCAR Xfinity Series at Kansas Speedway and finishes in a really strong 4th place. He qualified on the outside of row number 2, got beat by a couple drivers. Cole Custer, I believe he got beat by. Chandler Smith, he got beat by. And he also got beat by Brandon Jones as well. He got a really good start and actually hung on to 4th position early. But on lap number 1, coming to complete lap number 1, Eric Almirola got a really good run at him. And unfortunately, he got loose and got sideways. Luckily, unlike most drivers, he was able to save it with one of the most impressive saves we've seen in the NASCAR Xfinity Series. Very esque how Kyle Larson can save some really impressive cars. He had a fantastic, great save, showing how much raw talent and raw speed that this young man has. He fell back a little bit, fell out back to about 9th or 10th position before the first caution, and then on the restart on lap number 10, he had another really incredible save and lost a couple positions, but another save. Not as good as the first one, but he fell back to around 13th to 14th. But as the run progressed and went on, the 88 car started getting a lot stronger and started creeping up closer to the front. He moved inside the top 10 and was inside the top 11 or 12 and started moving closer to the top 10 as the race progressed and went on. He had a little bit of a bad pit stop at the end of stage number 1, lost a little bit of ground, basically on pit road, but his car, like I said, was very strong, and he started moving his way up to the front. By about the quarter point of the race, he was inside the top 10 around 8th or 9th position. Then he got to the later portion, and he started moving inside of the top 5. And by the time we got to halfway into this race, Connor Zilisch was inside of the top 5 and was challenging the guys up front like Eric Almirola, like Chandler Smith, like Sam Mayer, like Cole Custer. Guys he's going to be competing against, some of those he'll be competing against next year. Very, very strong run for Connor, and he continued to move forward inside of the top 5. And really for the final half of this race, Connor Zilisch would remain inside the top 5 in 4th place and actually got up as far as 3rd with about 80 laps to go. When Eric Almirola had a flat tire with 80 to go, he was able to continue moving forward into 3rd and was actually catching the 2 leaders, Chandler Smith and Cole Custer, as those 2 guys put on a really good show and a great battle for the race lead. After the green flag pit stops, he was able to stay on a lead lap despite an untimely caution. Unfortunately, there was a caution that did come out for a tire that got loose on pit road from his Chevy teammate Parker Retzlaff. NASCAR decided to throw the caution right there. Now, like I said, Connor Zilisch was able to stay on the lead lap and not lose any sort of track position because he actually moved around 10th or 11th on the restart, actually restarted inside the top 5 or 6. Meanwhile, he had a hard-charging Eric Almirola who's moving up through the field. Connor actually would get up to 3rd position, I believe, at this point, getting by all the cars that had the fresh tires, especially, but he couldn't get to the 2 leaders. And then Eric Almirola really started charging his way up to the front and got by Connor Zilisch with about 30-something laps to go. And Eric Almirola started making up a ton of ground. Meanwhile, for quite some time, he actually was catching both Almirola, Chandler Smith, and Cole Custer near the end of the run, but those guys started pulling away. And while Connor Zilisch was running very, very strong in this race, Eric Almirola started making up a ton of ground, and those 3 for the final 45 laps put on a very awesome show, while Connor Zilisch held back and started losing a little bit of ground, but the car still had some very, very good speed. They put on a great show, and actually, near the end of the race, when Chandler Smith lost the race lead with around 10 laps to go, Connor was actually catching Chandler Smith, but he ran out of time to get up there, to challenge up there, as we saw a great battle between Eric Almirola and Cole Custer with 3 to go. We saw Almirola pass Cole Custer, and Eric Almirola would come off the corner and win, and Connor Zilisch would come off the corner in his first ever oval start in the NASCAR Xfinity Series and finish in 4th place. While Connor did not lead a single lap in the race today, today's run for Connor was very, very impressive. Backs up a win a couple weekends ago at Watkins Glen, which was a super dominant performance and one of the most impressive things I've seen a young driver do in the sport. Backs it up with another impressive run in 4th place. He's going to be running at Homestead in a couple weeks, which I think he's got a really strong chance and opportunity to go out and win, considering the Highline is going to be a big thing like it is at Kansas. I think he's going to be super fast and quick. And the more experience that Connor gets, the better he's going to become as a driver. We've seen what he's done in ARCA this year. He's been super impressive. Been one of the fastest cars all year long. Finished 2nd yesterday to Tanner Gray in the ARCA race. And then you think about the race. He's going up against guys like Shane Van Gisbergen, who's technically his teammate in a sense with Red Bull and the Trackhouse family. He basically beat him today as Shane would finish 8th and Connor got 4th. He beat drivers like Sam Mayer, who won't be his teammate next year. He beat Brandon Jones. He was the highest finishing junior motorsports driver in the race today. He was super fast, super impressive, and really quick. And I think going into next year, the more experience he gets, the better he's going to be. I think he has a lot of potential going into the 2025 season that I think he could absolutely contend for the championship next year. He's going to be one of the guys that's the best on road courses. In fact, I think he is going to replace SVG as the best road course racer in the NASCAR Xfinity Series next year, considering how dominant he was at Watkins Glen. I think he's going to win a lot of road course races. Now, he's not running the Charlotte Roval in a couple weeks, and he's not running Talladega. Yes, he's 18 years old, but the 88 car I don't think is running the next few weeks. And the Roval, they're going to be running it with Connor Mosack, the other Connor, though I think they should put Connor Zilisch behind the wheel at this point. But I think Connor's been super impressive, and you look at the Rookie of the Year battle going into next year, too. You're going to have Connor Zilisch. You're probably going to have Taylor Gray and William Swatch. Reports coming out that Carson Quaffle, who will be a teammate of Connor Zilisch's next year. Carson's been very impressive at times so far this year. You're going to have Nick Sanchez. You're going to have Christian Eckes and Daniel Dye. This is going to be one of the most compelling rookie battles we have seen in a very, very long time. And I think Connor has a ton of potential to be the next big thing in the sport. And I would not be shocked or surprised at some point this year at the end of the year or going into next year if you do see him make his NASCAR Cup Series debut, especially on a road course. Well, I don't think he could go out there and win a road course against guys like SVG and Kyle Larson, Kyle Busch, probably even Bubba Wallace as well, or Chase Elliott on a road course, or Tyler Reddick. He probably could get a top 10 because I think he'll be very fast regardless of what car you get him in. The guy's won the Rolex 24 in the LMP2 class. He, of course, has won the Sebring 12 Hours in the LMP2 class. He has been super impressive, and to finish 4th at Kansas, very, very impressive. He's got 2 more races scheduled for this year. He's going to run Homestead. I think he's also going to run Martinsville and maybe Phoenix as well near the end of the year. So he's going to get a lot of chance and opportunity to really, really prove himself throughout the rest of the year. But a great day for Connor nonetheless to finish inside the top 5. Super impressive, and a really great day for Connor Zilisch to finish inside the top 5 and get a 4th place finish. A great day for Connor Zilisch and a super impressive day for the 88 team, which has been really strong this year in the NASCAR Xfinity Series. So, that is going to be for the special video on Connor Zilisch finishing 4th. I want to thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe to the channel, notifications on, so if I win a video, it does go live on my channel. Follow me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, and support on Patreon as well. List description below that, and comment your thoughts below on today's episode. How would you rate Connor Zilisch's performance today at Kansas Speedway? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Later this afternoon, we'll have the NASCAR Cup Series race review from Kansas Speedway, and then on Monday, we're going to have a NASCAR news video discussing over the course of the last 4 or 5 days that I missed throughout the week, and on Tuesday, we're going to have the entry list for Talladega, followed by the Truck Series race picks for Talladega, and then on Wednesday, we'll have a NASCAR news video dropping on this channel, talk about drivers like Haley Deegan, Bubba Wallace, Carl Edwards, Kurt Busch, all that kind of stuff, and then we also will have the Xfinity race picks on Wednesday. And then on Thursday, we'll have Cup race picks for Talladega, followed by the paint scheme video. And then finally, of course, we will have the Truck Series race video on Friday, along with the NASCAR news video. Got a lot of great content dropping that I cannot wait for you guys to check out over the course of the next couple days. So anyways, like I said, I want to thank you guys for watching today's episode. And I'll see you guys next time for more great, awesome NASCAR content and other motorsports content on the channel like this. Take care, everybody.